Okay, everybody stand up. Pledge to the American flag. Ready? Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ready? Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the Awana flag, which stands for the Awana cause, whose goal is to reach boys and girls with the gospel of Christ and train them to serve Him. Our Bibles. I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word, make it a lamp unto my feet, a light unto my path. I will hide its words in my heart, that I might not sin against you.
You guys aren't doing a job.
Right, you come down, and you're going down, we'll start singing.
We did the Bible.
I don't have that.
Oh, okay.
We're ready. Back. Mrs. Sipla could not be here, so we'll have the teens come up and they can sing a couple songs for us. No? She's not going to be here tonight. She's actually caroling in her machine tonight, singing songs. We can go carol out the parking lot, but nobody hears. It won't be any fun. That's up to all here tonight. We can hear each other. It might really be bad. Okay. I decided to change paper airplane night to tonight, so I'm the only one that's got one I'm going to win. Next week is paper airplane night. So, make an airplane. What are the rules? Got to be one piece of paper, 8.5 by 11. You cannot glue anything, staple anything. You can write on it, draw a picture on it if you want, but nothing to hold it together, no paper clips in the nose to make the nose heavier or anything like that. Okay? Huh? As long as it goes farther. Should I do that thing where if I hit the back wall, I have to give everybody another dilly bar?
Do it. Do it.
I did that one year and I hit it. It cost me $80. I don't think I can do it. I will say if it hits the wall, my wife will buy a dilly bar. Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta redo it.
You can redo it if you want. I ain't gonna have her stand up here. That's gonna hit. Yeah, the dilly bars get expensive, but you want new cushions again? So we got questions again. You don't need your Bible. Next week, you will need your Bibles. 24. So, the rules. If you know the answer, shout it out. Don't go like this because somebody else is going to shout it out and you're not going to get the answer. So if you know the answer, shout it out. Adults, make sure you help me listen who's first.
You have to stand up.
Did I say you had to stand up? If you want to take time to stand up and shout, go ahead.
Take the Bible over there.
You can if you want, but I didn't tell you you had to, so. Yep.
What king tried to kill the baby Jesus?
Herod. You can come up and pick it up. That way I don't have to give you it. You can pick it up. And you're out for answering more questions. 25.
What disciple killed himself?
Come up here. Judas killed himself. 28.
Who wrote the book of Romans?
Paul.
Paul wrote the book of Romans. I had another one I wanted to do. Number 23.
Which apostle had tried to destroy the church? What?
Which apostle tried to destroy the church? Steve Bucker. And that was Paul. And then who wrote the book of, what did we say? Who wrote the book of Romans? Paul. Wow, think about that. He tried to kill Christians and kill the church, ruin the church. And later, he did a lot of amazing things. 29.
Who wrote the book of Titus?
It's a common theme. We've mentioned his name about 3 times already. Who said Paul first over here? Okay. 31.
How many books are there in the Old Testament?
27.
How many books are in the Old Testament?
Next one.
39. Who said that? Okay, listen real carefully now. 32.
How many books are there in the New Testament?
27.
See, you weren't fast enough,
He
Cassie.
was like, he was right for that one.
I can't beat these teams.
You beat him in the round before, you said the wrong answer. 34.
Who wrote the most books in the New Testament?
John.
It's a very common name. We've said it before.
Paul.
Last one. Number 35.
Who wrote the first 5 books of the Old Testament?
Paul wasn't it though. Gotcha. Who wrote the first 5 books of the Old Testament? You don't count this time. You don't count. Somebody. Give them the first letter.
We have an answer back here.
Huh?
Moses.
Oh, come on up. You get any help from Mom or Dad? No help.
Dad doesn't get the candy.
Keep that right.
So, again, next week, for our game part, you don't need to do games because we do airplanes next week. Next week we will be doing the airplane night. Let me check the week right after that, I think. Before we get too close to it. That's just a normal night. Okay. I'm looking forward to January 6th.
I am going to win.
January 6th is beach night.
Ooh.
Where are you going to win?
I thought you were talking about Hot Wheels.
I knew you were thinking.
I am going to beat you, bro. I still got that card.
You might not when I get there. We're going to pay your dad off to hide the card.
He won't.
So,
Hot Wheels like it.
everybody work on paper airplanes this week. Get a good one. And this week, we're going to let the Sparks go first. Now, Angela's not in here. I know Keisha's going to try to get hold of her to make sure she was going to help with it because Keisha's not here tonight. Denise, you want to go with them and make sure they got a instructor downstairs? T&P.
And you could see his face completely changed because he noticed how very, very sick Dominic was. And so, like I said, he said to his mother, we have got to get this boy to the hospital. We have to get Dominic to the hospital right away. He may not live, he still may die, but if he stays here, for sure he will die. And so Mother said yes, and she wanted to go, but Grandpa wanted to go too. I'll go. I want to be his watcher. After all, I'm his grandfather. I'm family. And she said, well, I'm his mother. And then the missionary whispered and said, why don't you let him go? You stay home because this might be an opportunity for God to work in his life. So she said, okay. So she submitted. And so grandfather went and this is the car of the missionary. And so this is the back seat of the Jeep. And you know the Jeeps, the roads are really rough there. There's no paved roads like we have. And so the ride would be very, very bumpy. So someone had to hold on to Dominic so he wouldn't be bouncing or bounce off the seat in fact, because he's already so hurt. And he's feverish now and he's unconscious. So, but he's, saying things. He did say, let not your heart be troubled, never let it be afraid. He would go over that and over that. So he does say that sometimes, and sometimes he just moans. So he had a bumpy ride, but grandfather held him. And then when they got to the hospital, the nurses and doctors got right to work. They took the bandage, and that was one of the things the missionary saw. The bandage was dirty, and it was stuck to his shoulder, and he tried to even get it off and clean it up before they got there, but it was so bad. And so then the nurses there, they soaked it first and peeled it off real gently. And even at that, he was, because it was so painful. But they gave him also a shot of penicillin. That's an antibiotic to kill the infection, which is given in the fever. Sometimes fevers are good. They're a good thing because they do burn infections out. But you can't let them get out of hand where they're way too high and could kill the person. So they immediately started cleaning up his arm up and put him on antibiotics. And then they put him in a room in the hospital. And in the room, he was unconscious for days and days. The grandfather slept under his bed, and he had to put his mat on the floor, and he had a lantern. And at least 3 times a night, he would get up to check on him. And if he needed water, he would give him water. If he had to do something else, he would do whatever needed to be done. He was right there. And so then, one day, Awana opened his eyes. And the first person he saw was who?
Grandpa.
What do you think he did?
He was gasping.
And his dad kind of was going backwards, and grandfather had to say, don't be afraid, Donnie. Don't be afraid. Grandfather would never hurt you again. I'll never hurt you again. Please, don't be afraid. Now, grandfather, to him, that was like an apology, like, I'm sorry, but Domingue understood this is how his grandfather was, and he was never taught in his little growing up years himself of kindness or forgiveness or any of those things. And so he could forgive his grandfather in his heart right now because he's not saying too much. But grandfather is talking and he's saying that, I'm so sorry I did that. I don't know what happened, but I'll never hurt you again, never. I'll watch over you. I've been watching over you for days. I've been right under your bed here. I've been watching at night. I've been giving you water. I've been giving you anything you wanted, anything you needed. And so, Domingue, do you think he'll get to trust his grandfather again? Well, there is more to the story, so
We haven't had one in a long time.
we haven't had. We're getting close to the end, so boy. Okay, who's this?
The old lady.
All right, I won't tell you anymore.
Oh, I know what the
Okay, you do a question?
Yes.
These guys got a prize last time. Sadie, Lena, Cole, Caleb, Josiah, Josiah, Abby, Cassidy, guys, go ahead and just stay over here and sit down, because otherwise it gets crazy over here.
But just don't raise your hand.
Yeah, just right there. Cassidy, Aaron, and Austin, and Tim. Those guys answered a question last week, so try not to this week.
Okay, so do not raise your hand. Okay. Where did Domingue's mother go for help? Okay, good. Get back to it. What happened when the village missionaries saw Domingue? Yeah, that's it. What happened when they saw him? Okay, I'll get back to it. Okay? Okay. Yeah, he actually got tears in his eyes. Okay, you get it. Right. And, what did he say?
He might die. They don't take him to the hospital.
So he wanted to what?
Take him to the hospital.
Good enough.
Who wanted to go to the hospital to be the watcher?
His mom.
Yes.
His grandfather. But
Yes.
his grandfather didn't. Instead his mom.
Okay. You go get a prize. And why do you think the grandfather went, even though he was the slasher, the one who did this?
Come over here tonight, or
Because the missionary said that they were waiting for him to have
Yeah, to okay.
get over here.
Now, do you think
I know.
this was easy for Domingue's mother to let the grandfather go instead of her?
No.
No, it wasn't. You're right. It was very, very hard for her to do that. So when the doctor came in, what did he do? What did he do for Domingue? What did he do? Okay, that's part of it. You can go. What did the doctor? When the doctor saw Domingue, what did he do? Okay, let's go. Is that all he did? Okay, maybe I missed, did I say they washed it?
Yeah. Soaked it.
Okay, because it was festering already. It was like, he knew he had an infection. Okay, well, you get a prize, and then I'll get back to you. Do you remember the antibiotic they gave you? Yes, they gave you an antibiotic. Okay, go get a price. It was penicillin, that's all right. Okay, what happened when I forgive you because I know you couldn't help the way you were brought up.
Oh, we have to try to go back together.
You were acting the way you were brought up.
Yeah.